Hello everyone, I'm Jaideep Singh Chahal. So finally we've got our hands on the new Hilux. This is the Hilux Travel, and this is what all the discussion has been about in the past months ever since the new design was unveiled. There was a lot of confusion, there were a lot of apprehensions in everybody's mind as to how the new vehicle is going to be. Is it a completely new platform? What all changes have been made? Is it just a facelift? So I think today we'll try to clarify all of that. This is the one model below the top variant. So the top model here is called I think it's called the Highlander or the Overlander, I think. And this is the pre-runner, so a variant below that. This is in the manual trim, and it's a fresh 2026 vehicle, 2.8 diesel. So actually what has happened is it is not just a facelift, not just new headlamp and a grille as everybody was thinking. The basic chassis, the ladder frame stays the same, but there has been a lot of improvement. The suspension on this one is similar, but a completely new and a re-engineered unit. So if you look at it from the side, you will see a lot of similarities with the previous vehicle. The rear view mirrors are the same. If you try to see this portion, so it is the same again. Both the doors look the same. So basically, the middle part of the tub of the cabin part is the same. If you can take the camera slightly back, I'll show you how and where the changes have been integrated. The middle part stays the same. The front, which is the fender, the shape of the bonnet and the headlamp, they've been changed. The fenders, the bumper, all of that have changed. They've come up with these really sharp headlamps with a projector. I think these are again going to be not that great, but there's a bold Toyota badging. We've got the flattened out honeycomb grill on this one as well. I don't know what they've put this for. This is actually in the first go around, it looks like a fog lamp place, but it's just a prism shaped plastic element. I'm not really sure what that is. Again, the front dash plate and ill positioned front bumper and the rear front recovery points. So again, the recovery points are hidden down there. If you tow anything, you end up breaking your bumper, so that stays the same. Underneath, if you take a quick look underneath, the vehicle basically is exactly the same. For those who can recognize, the bash plates are the same, and so are the underbody protectors. That gives us a clear sign that the vehicle is actually the same. If you can bring the camera here, I'll quickly show you. So the suspension, it appears to be pretty much the same. So the talk that has been going around is that there are two different variants. This model variant, which is being sold here in Thailand, this has the similar 3-stud mount, whereas some variants in Australia have they've been telling that they have a 4-bolt top mount. So not really sure what that is. Again, very little wheel arch space and the ill-positioned body mount. So that's what we'll need to chop once we get this in India and we get working on it. So I was really hoping they would have made the fenders slightly bigger, even though this shape is really promising for those who are looking at fitting bigger tires on their stock bumpers. This is decent clearance. But back here again, the shape is pretty much similar and body mount is going to get in the way. All the bottom corner trimming that we used to do, I think we'll manage without that. So other than that, once you get to the top, the rear is really, the shape of the arches is really different. This sort of gives you the LC300 feel because it has that claw-shaped fender on the side. New step, again, just a plastic element, but that's something we'll be taking off midway. So finally, I think they've really made an improvement. We see a defogger in the back. So this has been a point of debate between Isuzu and Hilux owners for the longest time. Isuzu, even in the basic trim, when it used to cost like 11-12 lakhs, used to come with a rear defogger. The Hilux never offered it. So finally, we see a rear defogger. Vehicle on display here doesn't have the bed liner installed like you get in India. But I think coming to the coolest element is this step. I think this is really going to be a game changer, I feel, because the rear bumper is designed so well from the factory that doesn't really give you the feeling that you need to change it. If you can take the camera slightly back, I'll show you how the tail lamp has been redesigned. They could have really skipped this part, but again, not a problem. It looks pretty okay. So new tail lamp design, there'll be an LED BRL sort of function with parking lamp and brake as well. So the tailgate again, this is different. You cannot really take the sticker off. This is punched into the metal. So this is there to stay. We'll quickly open. So no tailgate assist, at least on this model. I hope this will be getting a tailgate assist. is only supported by the metal springs. So normally we get the hydraulic tailgate assist there as well. But the lip is definitely nice, but the corner is plastic. So for those who've been using vehicles to really load heavy stuff, a corner made out of metal is always good. But I think this is probably going to be a breaking point, because even though the bed liner goes over it, the metal corner always helps. Bed by the book, by the brusher, seems to be exactly the same size. We've got a middle step portion for the bumper, and the rear looks exactly the same. I don't really see any difference in the vehicle. Short and one flats. A lot of plastic use actually. I feel the use of plastic has sort of increased. The rear bumper earlier was plastic in the middle, metal on the side. They've gone full plastic on that. I think that's another element that is going to be changed. So what we'll do is we'll go around to the engine. So we'll quickly open the front. This is what has given me at least a lot of confidence. Interesting thing, the plastic lip comes off, like opens with the bonnet. I can already see it coming off for a lot of people. So this is, I don't know why they do such. So it feels sort of flimsy, and this is going to be the main point of leverage as well. So a couple of things to note here. The engine bay looks pretty much similar. It is expected that we will get almost the same spec in India as well. This is again the 2.8 diesel, exactly same as how we are getting it in India right now. Everything seems to be positioned the same way, other than this is your primary battery. Earlier, we had an empty space here which we were using to mount compressors and do a second battery. Now that space is taken up by a secondary relay and fuse box. So that is something which we were using to mount your water separator for the fuel filter, to mount the secondary battery, or to mount your D-switch, or to mount the secondary battery as well. So, or the air compressors as well. But other than that, it pretty much seems to be the same. Not a lot of difference. The best part is the engine stays the same, and the amount of time that has taken to develop good electronic solutions to modify and increase the performance on these vehicles, that really will pay off, because the engine stays the same and there will be no new research to be done, hopefully. So the front end actually looks very futuristic, and the color shade is actually very nice. It is sort of nardo gray in sort of a satin finish. It's not really metallic as well. So I'm really hopeful that we get something of this sort in the Indian market as well. No real difference in the departure angle or the approach angle. Pretty much the same, lots of extra plastic. What we'll do is I'll quickly show you the interior now. On the inside actually is where the big surprise is. Of course, the roof pretty much stays the same. That is something Toyota rarely changes. But they've really hit it out of the park with this portion. Mind it, this is not the top model. This is not the full options variant. This is one below the top. So we don't see a climate control setup here. But otherwise, the interior looks very premium. In direct lines with the LC250 variants available. So one below the top, we can see fabric seats. I don't really mind fabric seats. I'm a big fan of functional, basic interiors. But what they've done is they've really integrated the switches in such a beautiful manner. Very flat panel. I think the switches are again the same size. I also see an auto start stop, which will probably be integrated in the Indian model variant as well. And the parking brake becomes electronic. So quite a few changes. There's also a hold feature. This should be pretty useful, because a hold with manual is something which a lot of people can use. People new to, I would say, new to off-roading, new to overlanding, they have the apprehension that a manual will be very difficult to drive. The hold feature for a few seconds, which is already offered in the Isuzu, is going to be a big plus. But the nicest part about the interior first, I would like to finish that, is how nicely they've wrapped the leather. In the variant, this looks very, very premium. The screen is huge. So the big screen is basically right here in the middle. This is like a 12-inch screen. The top model will get a climate control here, your storage boxes, neat storage box opening upwards. Then we have a storage box, glove compartment down there. The cup holders are very neat. So it really looks non-Toyota-ish. The console here is also new. We've got these really neat reading lamps. The other functionality is there. We've got a sunglass holder. So I think a black and a grey whitish interior, it is looking really nice. But the best part is how flat the lines are and how spacious it feels. Not to forget the steering wheel. It looks really upmarket. It has the exact. I think a lot of people have been modifying their cars with this steering wheel on the previous generation. So now this comes as a standard fit. The display, we'll turn it on and we'll show you the display as well. So I don't see any analog gauges there. It's a full LCD LED display. The storage box pretty much the same, but definitely the top is slightly bigger now. And this is the manual. We can see this is the 6-speed manual with the reverse next to the first gear. So I think it is pretty much the same. The drivetrain is not changed. A lot of similarities. So we'll cover how the doors look. So we've got the vehicle start now. So on the inside, this is a huge screen. I don't know, 12, 14, 16, whatever size this is, but it's a big screen. A lot of info and display on the main screen. But the interesting part is this. If you can bring the camera here. So they've got the intelligent camera feature. So really nice big screen, and the vehicle info is actually live. So this is what they call the traction monitor. I'll bring it back to the traction monitor. So if you can see, the wheels are turning and it shows in the monitor as well. We've got the bonnet open, so it keeps showing the warning for that. Next to it is the pitch and roll, which also looks very cool. Even though I'm not a big fan of fully digitalized displays, but this one has been kept pretty simple by Toyota. And this is the driver's view. So the driver's view is very, it seems to be very spacious, but I think they've forgotten fixing this part. I love this about the Isuzu, how the control for this tapers and you can really slide your knee in nicely. That is not available. Just like in every Hilux, they've taken up this 2 to 3 inches of real estate, and that leads to lesser space. Very nice cup holders. This is missing the cruise control function. So this is where the cruise control goes. Another interesting thing to be seen is the IMT. This is the Toyota's intelligent monitor system, intelligent manual setup. So the intelligent manual transmission basically helps people reduce the jerk for those who cannot shift right in a manual. So this is for that. We see 3 modes now: Eco, Normal and Sport. And I really hope these switches are the same size as the previous one, because these are a pain to find otherwise. So nice space, but I only see space for 2 extra switches on this side. And this side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, but these switches are of a newer size it seems. So we'll have to wait for some aftermarket options for these to come up. So that being it, I think it is a really functional interior. All the other bits and pieces, everything above the pillars is again the same. The grab handles are the same. Again, Toyota being Toyota, they've given us tons of grab handles. You can cover 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So that's 8 grab handles in in a small cabin. So very functional, and I think they knew that the vehicle was going to go off-road. So that's it. Thank you. I'm just trying to test and give the feedback how people normally do. To be honest, I can't really feel anything. So the front seat is set at where I normally keep it for myself. This is the thing. I think it will need a backseat recliner, but that's about it. Yeah, it doesn't feel very comfy. I like my Isuzu's backseat more. The mounting bracket is the same. That's all we need to have a look at. For those who find this uncomfy, we can definitely recline the backseat a little. But telling this on a stationary vehicle is actually impossible. So